Of course, we all know how last year WWE and Mattel launched their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Elite crossover Target exclusive series, which was amazing, and produced this Roman Reigns as Shredder figure, which, let's be honest, is probably the best Roman Reigns figure, period. So much detail, cloth goods, a lot of new original tooling on accessories. This thing was incredible, but this is not the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle WWE crossover action figure line, even though I will say this is probably number one. Because back in 2016, Playmates Toys took their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line and they did a crossover with WWE to turn their turtles into WWE superstars. So you see what we're doing here? Originally, Playmates started doing the turtles as WWE superstars, and then Mattel, scratched their back in return, and we did WWE superstars as Ninja Turtles, which I think is pretty cool. Both crossover lines, ironically enough, turned out 2 series. So this is series 1 of the Playmates Toys figures. We got Leonardo as John Cena. We got Raphael as the Stinger. We got Donatello as the Undertaker, the purple. See how we're tying in the purple? And we got Michelangelo as Macho Man Randy Savage. So you'll notice the color for each turtle kind of coincides with the character that they are based off of. So obviously, we've got Macho Man over here, done by Michelangelo. For me, first thing I think of with Macho Man is those orange trunks. Same thing, I do think of purple with the Undertaker. Sting, this was like a more, at the time, modern day Sting 9 years ago, where he would wear the red shirt and he'd have the red overcoat and everything like that. So I understand the tie-ins here. But we're going to unbox these today. And the copy on the back says, who will be crowned the next heavyweight champion of the sewers? Join the Turtles as they gear up as iconic WWE superstars to battle it out in their own Sewer Slam tournament in the dojo. Now, we will start off with this one right here. John Cena, who is the talk of wrestling this year in 2025, as it is his farewell retirement year. But the one thing about this line that always bothered me was both series were strictly turtle based. So that means you got the 4 turtles in series 1 as WWE superstars, and series 2 you got the 4 turtles as other WWE superstars. I wish that they branched out and did other characters. Casey Jones they did in the Elite series. Shredder they did in the Elite series. I wish that they did Bebop and Rocksteady, but didn't happen. However, we are here to take a look at these today. And we're going to start off with this John Cena. I'm going to slice the seal on this bad boy so we can really see. You'll notice it has an actual picture of Cena on the bottom of him rocking the shirt that his Ninja Turtle is. 4 pieces of tape on the top, which is unique. 1 would have done just fine. 3 would have also sufficed. But they went with that extra 4th one. All right, pulling these out. Look at this. Look how much air space there is in these packages. These could have been so toned down, right? All right. Now, we always do accessories first here. First thing we got is a chair, and this is not a functioning chair as I thought it would be, like we're used to in the wrestling space. But it's okay. It says, never cross a ninja. Then over here, we have the championship title, which I think is pretty cool. However, I'm realizing now it is just a rubberized style belt and just has some cheap stickers on it that'll probably peel off when you round it. So I don't know if I will round it. Good detail here. You got the belt buckles on each side, but clearly, there's only one measurement on this thing that it's going to go. All right. And now we're popping out Cena. So, in his hand, he has an accessory. And I do think this is a character-based accessory because it is a chain with a lock on it. And if you guys remember, the Doctor of Thugonomics used to wear his chain, and it would become a necklace because of the lock. So, Very in line with John Cena, as is this United States Championship. But as you can see, I mean, it has the John Cena plate on it too, so that's pretty cool. Now here is the figure. Has a lot of articulation, great for posability, which is why I wanted to open these up. I kept these things mock for 9 years, and then I was like, why? They're going to look so much better on a shelf displayed. So the back of this one right here, we have Leonardo. You can see his shell kind of peeking through the t-shirt, which I think is a nice touch. Almost dropped in there. You can see it's not clear. It's not crisp sculpting for a reason. It's supposed to be a shell underneath a t-shirt. Over here, the Never Give Up logo is there on this orange shirt. The arms are slightly different colors because it's a different plastic, plus they're painting over that green that it's cast in. I love this. The elbow pads and knee pads are very TMNT-esque, and you can see all the details in their skin. He's got his sneakers with the socks, black jorts. I don't think this hat removes. Doesn't need to, though. Pretty cool. So we have John Cena in Leonardo fashion, and I do think I'm going to leave the chain in there. I think that belongs in his hand like that. Let's see if this chair fits in there. It does. Looks pretty cool. And we'll try. I'm going to try to put this belt on. I'm a little reluctant. Let's see. Yeah, man, I really don't know if I like this. Yeah, I'm not putting the belt on. First of all, I think it's going to be way too big. It's going to be way too big, but very, very cool to have John Cena in turtle form. We're going to put this over here because we're going to rank these at the end. We're going to rank all of these Ninja Turtles. All right. And we're going down the list, man. We're going down the list as they appear on the back. So we're going John Cena, Sting, Taker, Macho Man, and today we're taking a look at Macho Man. I'm sorry, Sting. I am talking all over the place right now because I'm a little enamored with some of these accessories that I didn't expect them to have, and I never noticed. This Turtles Rule trash can lid. It's not even a trash can, it's just a trash can lid. But I guess that's going to go with the trash can that comes with Macho Man. But as I said, see how it kind of ties in the colors, right? So you got Raphael's red bandana, ties in with the red shirt from Sting. Same thing. We got the blue bandana right here on Leonardo, ties in with the blue jorts. So the color schemes kind of stay together, which is nice. All right, let's slice this open. Now, I understand value in toys and including accessories to really sweeten the pot and everything, but I hate when accessories are not character specific. And I'm seeing that there's a little bit of a trend here with these. So, as I said, Stinger here comes with Mutants Rule on this trash can lid. So I don't know if I'm going to display them with all of these non-character specific accessories, right? But whatever. Andy comes there. Comes with a kendo stick, which, I mean, that is wrestling, obviously. It's a wrestling weapon, but is not character specific to Sting at all. I don't know if Sting has ever touched a kendo stick. And for some reason, this figure is twist tied into the package, unlike the John Cena. And this is like the most stubborn zip tie, twist tie I've ever dealt with, because it's just staying in place no matter how much I twist it. All right, taking him out. He's got a bent bat. I think you can take, oh no, you can't. So you can't take the jacket off. It's kind of fixated in there. If you do, you're going to kind of ruin it a little bit. But he has on a Stinger shirt, red shirt with a black scorpion. He's got the typical Sting face paint there. Sting's slicked back hair from 2016. I like how he has the bandana just kind of waving in the wind like that. Pretty cool. He has wrist tape, finger tape, which I don't know, man. I don't know if that was necessary. Black pants. I mean, really, when you pull this jacket away, it's not a very toyetic and good looking figure. It just doesn't look good. But when you have everything on, it ties it all together. Kind of bummer when accessories like this are in the package and they're bent, and then there's really no going back from that. I mean, you can warm it up with heat, but it's probably never going to be perfectly straight. Is what it is. I like how you can see through the jacket. You can see his shell. You can see all the different belts and everything tied across. It's pretty cool. Really impressioned in there. But again, I mean, these aren't... I loved these when they first came out. But now that we have the elites, they're kind of inferior to those. We're going to put him right there. Next up, we have Donatello as the Undertaker. And Undertaker comes with the World Heavyweight Championship. Comes with a sickle and a shovel. The shovel and the sickle, I would say, are somewhat character specific to the Undertaker. So let's slice this one open and see what this one's all about. 4 slices of tape on this thing, man. That's crazy. All right. First up, oh, this one, the smell on this one is pungent plastic. Let's see. So this one, they all have some kind of TMNT tie-in sticker on the accessories, which I really don't like stuff like that. But this is a typical shovel, and it says Ninja Power on it. Over here we have the World Heavyweight Championship that has Undertaker written on it. Very cool. However, I mean, I don't really want to display Undertaker with the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't really want to display John Cena with the United States Championship. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly what we have over here, where it's kind of like sat in front of them. I think that'll look, you know, very presentable on a shelf, but I just don't think these will look good around the figure, especially since I tried doing it on the John Cena and it was way oversized. It was kind of going to be hanging down to his knees. All right, we're going to take the sickle out. Wow. So the paint on this came off, pulling it out of his hand. Literally stripped it clean off. And the paint came off on his hand, as you can see. So, again, this one is fixated to the figure, so you got to be careful. He does have the Undertaker style singlet. You can see the shell underneath, and of course, all of the, you know, their weapon belt that they would have. However, how weird is this? Underneath the knee pads, you can see the turtle skin, and we all know that Undertaker does not wear a singlet, a short singlet. He wears tights, so it's kind of weird to be seeing the legs there. Has his typical MMA style gloves on, the long hair. He's got the goatee, the purple bandana, and of course a signature Undertaker hat that I do not think is removable, as it shouldn't be, for these, because these really are like collectible pieces in my mind. But kind of cool. I just don't know if I'm going to display Undertaker with any of these accessories. Probably have the belt in front of him, like I said. And let's take a look at Macho Man. This is the one I was most excited about. As I said, he comes with that trash can. He comes with a ladder. He comes with a fire extinguisher. Comes with glasses. To me, this is probably the most toyetic in the entire series and line. But we're going to see if that trash can lid fits on top of the actual trash can. But again, man, I really don't like those Ninja Turtle sayings taped on there. I don't know why they do that. I know that these are quote-unquote supposed to be made for kids, and that's probably what Playmates was used to at the time, not really the collector-friendly stuff, but we don't need Turtles Rule on a trash can. All right, let's see. So here's the trash can. Pretty interesting. It's got indents right there. It's pretty hard plastic, but I'm thinking this is going to fit perfectly, and it does. Fits perfectly on there, which honestly, smart to tie in 2 figures together and make you feel like you need to have all, but I don't think anybody was like, I need to finish the trash can. I really don't. There is a fire extinguisher, which again, I don't really know why we need this. A lot of wrestling figures have come with fire extinguishers, and it's really not like a stereotypical wrestling weapon. Have they used them? Yes, but it's not the first weapon we think of when it comes to wrestling. We have the smallest ladder for any wrestling figure ever. This thing is a step stool. I don't know what they were thinking. Silver step stool style ladder with 2 rungs and a black top. This is like literally comical. And I'm not trying to tear these figures apart. These aren't wrestling figures, right? It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures that happen to be wrestlers. Here are Macho Man's glasses, which are gold rimmed with black lenses, which the shape of them is there. However, we don't think of Macho Man wearing gold glasses, right? There's a lot more colors we think of when it comes to Macho Man. But again, it's random. Undertaker was not twist tied in. John Cena was not twist tied in. Sting had 1 arm twist tied in, and now we're at Macho Man, and he has both arms twist tied in. I don't know why. I'm curious the decision-making process to be like, this one gets twist ties, this one does not. Everybody's going to want the Macho Man, so let's make it annoying to take out. All right. Yeah, this is the best one from Series 1 at least. I do think they have great articulation, though. A lot of mobility on these figures. So he has on, even though I said I think of the orange trunks for Macho Man, he has like red trunks with yellow stars that Macho Man never wore. We've got cuts in the back for more stars. I wish they were painted in. Yellow boots with, again, star designs on them. Yellow knee pads. Brown elbow pads. Orange wrist tape. Orange on the head. Typical Macho Man hair. One of my favorite wrestling merch shirts ever. The purple Macho Man shirt. Amazing. I had one for the longest time, and I had a tank top, but I outgrew them, and I just never got new ones. They're awesome, though. Look at that. It'd be even better if it said Macho Fran. But let's see what the glasses... I don't even know how these glasses are going to fit on. What the... I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks cool, but when you see it from this side, and it's just kind of like a big space between the head, a little odd. But you got to put the hand up, right, like that. So he's like, oh, yeah, the cream of the crop. Mm-hmm. There it is. The Macho Man, Mikey Savage. But yeah, very, very cool. Weird. This little step stool is weird. Like, the step stool, sorry, the ladder is smaller than the folding chair. Okay, again, I'm not trying to bash the thing, but the accessories are the biggest downfall of this series. However, let's talk about them and let's figure out our favorites. So we're going to start off with number 1. I've already said is this Macho Man. It's the best figure in the set. All right. My least favorite in the set, I'm going to go with the Undertaker. And I'll tell you why. Okay. First off, facial hair looks weird on a turtle. Turtle should not have facial hair. But this down here, right? Undertaker always wore tights. He never wore a amateur wrestling singlet, which is essentially what this is, and you can see the skin in there. So it's a very off for me. So I'm putting that there. I'm going to say number 2 is Juan Cena. And then over here we have Stinger. So I would say that's my ranking for this series, but I would love to hear you guys rank them in the comments. Let me know which ones are your favorite. Let's lower this so you can see the Macho Man. Very, very cool, though, for Series 1 of these WWE Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Ninja Superstars. I will be doing Series 2 unboxing on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But Macho Man Randy Savage, John Cena, Stinger, and The Undertaker. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go back and watch our previous videos. Comment on there, share with your friends, do whatever. Help us make this channel grow, and we will see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for joining me. Peace. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need Fig Heel's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 7,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With figure photography by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Full-color paperback and hardcover editions available now at heelbooks.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHealed.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.